What's up, guys? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Pickdroppers, back at it again with a connected franchise mode, week 3 gameplay. On this video, I am the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the computer is the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm playing week 3, and I'm just gonna talk about last week's game, or this past game earlier today, the Steelers versus the Eagles. And it's the Steelers played very badly. They got crushed. It was 34-3. I think the main problems for the Steelers were they weren't able to capitalize on offense when they got all the way down the field. And their defense just wasn't able to get any sacks or turnovers. And I give a lot of credit to Carson Wentz. He played an amazing game. Really, really good. And I don't really blame too much of the game on the Steelers defense. While they did not get any sacks or force any turnovers, Philadelphia controlled the clock for most of the game because the Steelers offense wasn't able to score any points. The Steelers offense totaled for 3 points. Even though Chris Boswell did miss a field goal, the Steelers offense didn't score a single point. And I kind of attribute that mostly to D'Angelo Williams not being able to have a good game. And D'Angelo Williams just wasn't able to get going. He only had 7 or 8 rushes for 21 yards, which is really bad. And all the way in the first half, Big Ben had as many rushing yards as D'Angelo Williams, which is definitely sad. And the Steelers are definitely missing a number 2 wide receiver. And getting Le'Veon Bell back next week is going to be huge for the Steelers. Now, the Steelers are right now in second place in their division, right behind the Ravens, and I'm not really scared just because the Ravens aren't really that good of a team and they haven't been playing good opponents. But the Steelers should have been number 1 in their division. They should have beaten Philly, and I'm really believing in this Philadelphia team. I really think they might be going somewhere. The Steelers, they also couldn't capitalize on special teams. They just had a really bad game. And it was just really sad to watch. I watched most of it in my car, and I got pretty mad, pretty annoyed at the Steelers. It was just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown for Philadelphia. And they had a chance going into the third quarter. They had a really good chance. And then everything in the third quarter crumbled. Everything went towards Philadelphia's way. And the Steelers just weren't able to get anything rolling on offense. It was only 13-3 at half. And then in the third quarter, the Eagles scored 21 points. And that just can't happen for the Steelers. The game was actually really close. And the Steelers were at it 10-3 late in the second quarter. And then the Eagles were able to drive down, and they never looked back after that, scoring 24 unanswered points, which is definitely way too much for the Steelers. Or 27 unanswered points, actually. And the Steelers, they just couldn't do anything on defense. And they weren't able to convert on third downs, but neither were the Eagles. And the biggest stat I look at was total yards. The Eagles got 426 total yards compared to the Steelers' 251 total yards. That's a huge difference. And Big Ben just wasn't able to get going. He completed almost 55% of his passes. That's it. And it was just a really rough day for the Steelers. I do expect them to bounce back next week against Kansas City. Hopefully Le'Veon Bell can have a really good game. And hopefully the Steelers can get going against Kansas City. Even though Kansas City has a very good rush defense, I expect nothing but the best from the Steelers offense. And speaking of Kansas City, Oakland, I'll go later or more into this on Tuesday. But the Jets just got way too many turnovers on offense. They threw 6 interceptions and they fumbled the ball twice, which is definitely way too much. So the Steelers really need to control the ball, especially Big Ben. Big Ben is prone to throwing a lot of interceptions. While today he only threw 1, usually he throws a lot of interceptions. And we really need a number 2 wide receiver to stand up. Eli Rogers didn't do anything today. D'Angelo Williams had more yards receiving than he did rushing, which is definitely not good for the Steelers. We still need to get a tight end. Ladarius Green is still injured, and Marcus Whedon only got 1 catch for 2 yards. And we really need him to be back for the Steelers to win next week. And hopefully they'll be able to do it. Now, I was mad a couple of times at the Steelers coaching staff because they went for 4th down 4 times, or 2 times, and they didn't convert it either time. And I think they should have gone in for it 4 times. That's what I meant to say. Because there was 2 other times, I don't remember the exact times, where the Steelers were down by like 2 touchdowns, and they could have been staying in the game, and they just weren't able to. And it came down to 4th downs, and I think they were 4th and short, and they should have been able to convert them easily. Now, next week, I'm not sure, or this upcoming week, I'm not sure if I'm going to put the Steelers game in my predictions or my post-game thoughts on Tuesday, just because I think every Sunday in my game, I'm just going to do a post commentary, and I'm just going to talk a lot about the game before, the week before, and what the Steelers did wrong and what the Steelers did right. And I think the Steelers are going to win next week, and I think they're going to win by a good amount. I think they're going to beat Kansas City by a couple of touchdowns, and I think they're going to outscore them, and they're going to come back, and I think AB's going to have a big game. I think Kansas City is going to just start off late. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and write a comment down below on what you would like to see next. It's your boy Pickdroppers, and I'm out. Peace!